David Winston has worked on some of the oldest pianos in history. He's restored the piano made for Beethoven in 1817 and keyboards associated with Chopin, Mendelssohn and Liszt. Sarah Saunders went along to Biddenden to meet him.
David Winston takes old pianos, battered and broken, and brings them back to life. But for him to work on you, you have to be a very special piano indeed.
I have to be very disciplined because I have to be careful that I don't become a kind of Battersea dog's home for abandoned pianos. The first thing, it has to be something that nobody else has. That's very important to me. But then also it must be both an excellent musical instrument and a beautiful object.
David has had the immense honour of discovering and restoring pianos which have been played by some of the greatest composers in history. This Pleyel piano is like the one played by Chopin, and David is using it to try to show me the difference an instrument can make to a musician.
I will not impose my Chopin on you, but I'll just demonstrate a few chords so you can get an idea of what it's like. It's a very gentle, almost mysterious sound quality, something totally different than a modern piano.
David's customers normally choose their pianos in the unrestored condition, and then the team will spend anything from a few weeks to a few months working on it.
The instruments gravitate upstairs, and then this is where it happens. And then there's several hundred years of history right here, even including Kirk here.
No, not a bit of it, not a bit of it. The long-suffering Kirk has worked for period pianos in Biddenden for 20 years.
There's quite a feeling of connection with the craftsman that made them in the first place. And you know, you get this feeling sometimes that you take an instrument apart and that's the first time it's seen daylight, maybe for 100 or more years.
I know that often you know about the musical pedigree and the history of the pianos that you work on, but not all the time, is that right?
Yeah, sometimes you don't know at all. You just have an instinct or hope, more than instinct even. And this is an example here. This instrument was a total wreck. When we could fill in all the spaces, then it became something very important and 10 times as valuable. What often amazes me is how this information gets lost. You wonder why it got lost along the way. I mean, this thing was just in a garage on its side, you know, suffering from damp, falling apart, abandoned. Yeah. How did that happen, you know?
David Winston has restored pianos which are beautiful, unusual, historically important, and often on the verge of destruction.
These are like children for me. I don't have children, I just have hundreds of pianos. And I think in the end of the day, I will feel that I left things in a better condition than what I started out, you know, that I've given voice to things that had lost their voice. And that does mean something to me.
What a very, very clever man. So we got there in the end.
Yep, worth waiting for, I say.